my flightless friends. Nope, that one doesn't work. Hello, my brightly colored beauties. There we go. I like that one. That's a good one. Okay. Today I am going to be showing you the game where I got Blue Jay ribbon for my road. Wow, that's a lot of hummingbirds. My road to completion. This is in that same weekly that you had seen for the last couple videos, meaning at this point it's a little bit out of date. I'm not gonna deny that. But oh, that's a tragic loss. But I really like this weekly. And so, you know, I'm happy to keep showing footage from it. I think this is one of the last ones. Actually, no, I don't even think it's close to the last one. I think I have like a lot more. I think 3 more to go. So I'll probably do like double features for it. Yeah. I just want to say, like, I'm in college right now, and this semester is just not. It's not it, man. I'm not a big fan. There's nothing like exceptionally wrong with it. I've got this new job that I've been doing. I'm not gonna give specifics, but basically I'm kind of like a teaching assistant that's not actually a teaching assistant. Like, I'm not quite a TA, but I'm similar. And it's for physics, which is, you know, what I'm majoring in, what I want to do with my life. So it's like you'd think it's a good fit. And it is, for the most part. I mean, the actual, like, in-class stuff that I do is a lot of fun. And I feel like I really make a difference, which is, you know, always nice. But then it's like, there's all these weird regulatory, not even regulatory things, but, like, bureaucratic, like, time sink busy work tasks that they're having us do. And it's just, it's very strange. Also, I started in, what was it? It was January 12th, I think. It was my first day. And despite that, I haven't been paid yet. It's supposed to be bi-weekly pay, and we had a couple snow days, so the logic that I've been told by literally all of administration has been like, oh, it's just, you know, they're all backed up because of the snow days. And it's like, I understand that, but what you're doing is like legitimately illegal right now. I know I'm not really talking about the game much. I've talked about how at some point this might just devolve into podcasting, so but like I'll talk about it when we get to a more solidified build. Right now it's just general food, good stuff, which, I mean, since it's Blue Jay, that kind of tracks. We stick with axolotl for a while just to get some what's the word? Some scaling. There we go. We stick with axolotl to get some scaling going for the moment, but that's not our long-term goal, you know. Once we get that Blue Jay rockin', we, in theory, shouldn't even need it, since all of our in-battle scaling will cover lack of out-of-battle scaling. So you notice that we didn't even grab that axolotl we saw in the shop. I've already talked about this a little bit before. In this weekly in particular, I couldn't tell you why, but I was very, I guess, focused on Hummingbird. A lot of my teams involved Hummingbird. I guess it just worked very well for a lot of my purposes and a lot of my team building. But you'll notice we're on 7 wins and we haven't even seen the titular pet yet. So you might wonder, like, ooh, are we gonna get it in time? And obviously we do, but we'll have to wait and see. We've got 2 chocolate frozen, so it's in theory it shouldn't be a problem. See, that one was unfortunate because we got our hummingbird sniped, but thankfully we were able to get it back through the dung beetle, so we could still get some scale. So we're at 8 wins now, and we still haven't seen the Blue Jay. We've got very limited time, but oh wait, maybe we do keep the axolotl until the end. Maybe I'm lying. All right, so looks like we're probably gonna have to throw a couple games to make sure that this thing gets to level 3, right? Gets yoinked by the Goblin Shark, and then the Goblin Shark gets transformed, which, you know, as I've talked about, that was a combo that we saw a lot of. But we still won anyway. So we're at 5 hearts. Asterisk. You know, we took 1 loss. But obviously we need to, oh, right. Yes, now I remember. Yeah, we just go down to a 3 squad for a little bit here. Just in case we win. We get 2 feats, so that's going to give +6 stats. Obviously, not enough to win. But, now we've got 4 more lives to mess with. We're looking around, looking for a farmer crow, mostly. But just anything that can get us over the line. You may notice that there are no feeds on the Blue Jay, save for the gelada right now, which is not what we're looking for. So, obviously we're not going to win this one either. And it's starting to look a little rough. You know, it's starting to look a little bit like we might not be able to get back ahead. But we can do that. Good donk. I love the coconut crab summon noise. It's very good. This is not true, by the way. I'm just saying this to be funny. Don't take this as honest. But there should be an option to make the coconut crab summon noise the hit noise. So we only had 1 real full team game, but that was all we needed to get those 10 wins, right? I mean, we just get a ton of stats from Blue Jay and just bonk everything, so. Still love the build. Alright, hello, my silken somebodies. Oh, I didn't like that one. I gotta think of these before I actually start the recording. Obviously we've got our Silkie boy here. There was a weekly semi recently where I tried to get the Silkie, what's it called? Silkie chicken, right? I think. Yeah, Silkie chicken. I tried to get the Silkie chicken ribbon using amalgamation. It didn't really work, evidently. But I had that with like I don't really remember. It was like some summon pets and amalgamation, and the idea was the summon pets would oh, I remember. It was Shima Inaga and Silkie Chicken. That was the idea. The Silkie Chicken would be popping on the strawberries and on the newly summoned Shima Inagas. And although we have a Shima Inaga here, ignore that. I wasn't a huge fan of this team. I felt like, wow, that was a poor use of the farmer pig. We only got 1 corn cob out of it, but I wasn't a huge fan of this run. Didn't really use the Silkie Chicken ability much at all. It was just kind of some like stat bash scaling nonsense. A little underwhelming, but I want to, you know, have my whole journey in here, so it's included. And I leave the farmer pig at the front again because I'm an idiot. We have 0 Shima Inaga summons. Obviously, we do not win this battle, so this was a low point for me. But there's the boy. There's our, yep, there he is. And now we're actually getting full use out of the Shima Inaga and the farmer pig, so that's good. That should help us out a bit. Something important for it is like the strawberry stat buffs for the back like unit. They make a difference. So not only was I missing out on Shima Inaga summons and farmer pig stats, but the stats from the strawberries as well. So I was seriously debuffing myself, not making my team work. So you'll notice the sawtooth shark. That's, I mean, when you've got a Shima Inaga build, that's kind of the only thing you can really do with it in this particular weekly, just because there wasn't a lot of stuff to do with summons or stall pets. It's not a permanent resident, I don't think. We keep the quail here for a little bit, just so that we can get those triggers for strawberries and Shima Inagas. And you'll notice our Silkie Chicken is getting buff. You know, I mean the quail buff obviously helps, but yeah, he's a tough boy right now. and in conjunction with our Sawtooth Shark, that other team that just doesn't stand a chance. By that I mean they were actually kind of close. So we're just going to do the same thing again, but keep buffing up the Silkie since that's the only part of the team we know for sure is staying, and putting a strawberry on that quail just so that we can get more Shima and Naga summons. Obviously, I mean, we don't really have a real build right now, but we've got a build-ish. You know, it's working. It's not something that we can maintain long-term. So this was kind of a poor play. In retrospect, I should have moved it one back or something because I'm going to lose out on a summon. But it doesn't matter because that. I don't really know what the plan was for that. Oh, wait. I didn't realize. I think Shima and Naga doesn't summon if there's no space for it. That's nice. I don't know what the point of having a front Goblin Shark with chocolate cake is. If there's a play for that someone understands and I don't. Wow, look at what a roll. But if there is, someone should feel free to explain it to me. Maybe I'm misremembering here. Maybe this is our final build. Now I can't remember. I'm second guessing myself. But that stork just mostly serves to give us a way to trigger the Shima Anaga and the pheasant without having to cycle pets every every turn. That's something good. You know, maybe we do end up with this in at the end. Now I'm second guessing. So far, our Silkie Chicken has done nothing except sponge damage. That was a nice injection of stats from the Triceratops. Nice little convenient thing there. But, I mean, these teams are just, there's nothing they can do. Yeah, it looks like this is our final team, I guess. Well, butter behind and call me a biscuit. I guess I misremembered. What I said at the beginning still holds true, though. I mean, this is the big old nothing burger. Like it. The Silkie Chicken is doing nothing. We're just kind of, yeah. Basically, if you recall my Shima and Naga video, basically the same team that we used to get that ribbon, just with this guy sitting here. And, I mean, lo and behold, we're gonna end up with a level 3 Shima, so. Alright, we might have some trouble here because this is an actual statted up axolotl team. But, yeah, now it's looking a little bleaker because, yeah, we've got, yep, and there it is. Like I said, not really much interesting things going on there. I'm sorry. I wish I had something more cool to show you, but I gotta show it to you because it was a ribbon.